Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, Armenia, Georgia, Italy, San Marino, Malta, and now Kosovo. This is Prizren, and this is the last video of 2024. Let's go. Now we seem to have arrived here when there's building work going on seemingly every 10 steps. So it may not be its most picturesque at the minute, but we'll do what we can. Now first things first, we're going to go and see a tree. Not just any tree though. Let's get going. Architecturally, you may have already noticed, there's a lot of Ottoman influence here. That also means there's a lot of Turkish restaurants, and more importantly, it seems there's lots of cats around. As we make our way towards the tree, which we'll explain more about when we get there, you'll notice this river running through the town. And it kind of reminds me of another Balkan town that we visited before, Bitala. I did film a video there, but I think I might have had COVID, so I didn't talk much. As if by magic, just after me mentioning the Turkish influence, we have the Kosovo branch of the Besiktas fan club. We have arrived at our destination. This tree, as I mentioned, is not just any tree. 450 years old. This tree had eyes and ears. Imagine the things that it's seen and heard in that time. The stories that it could tell. Now, as the sign tells me, it's been protected since 1959. So the first 350 odd years of its life, it did it without any protection at all. Let's hope it lasts for at least another 450 years. This door, seemingly to nowhere, just randomly situated on this path, shows the cultural heritage of the city of Prizren, apparently. It was due to be demolished, but they saved it. It's been stood there for over 200 years. Again, maybe it will be stood there in another 200 years. So we walk back through the town here to get to the aforementioned hill that we have to climb. Come past this another nice piece of architecture dating all the way back to 1563. So if you like your history, you'll do alright here. The hill climb begins. As we ascend the hill, the views are getting better, my breath is getting worse. We might only be about halfway, so I'm going to stop talking to the camera now and just try and stay alive. We have made it to the summit and we enter the fortress, or Kalaya as it is in Albanian. Now, I know I like to exaggerate things, but that was quite hard work. fortress is free to enter, it's completely unmanned. Just walk in and do whatever you want, apart from leave trash around. Keep it clean. We walk around the outer perimeter here. We'll head up onto the walls on the outer edge at the top, do some exploring. It's not just city views, you get a good idea of some of the nature on offer in Kosovo as well. Absolutely ridiculous scenery. Now, when I mentioned earlier on, you can do anything here apart from drop litter. It appears people actually follow that rule, which is good to see. It's nice and clean. Right in the centre of the fortress here is where the watchtower used to be. Not a bad lookout point. Okay, we're going to make the trek back down the hill now and grab something to eat. Let's go. Made it back into town. Let's get some lunch. Turkish. Okay, lunch done. A little bit of dessert at a cafe as well. Now we're going to show you that it's not all old historic stuff here. We're going to take a little bit of a walk outside the town and show you something a bit newer. Let's go. Helpful tip if you're here in Prizren, if you're using Google Maps to get around, it will tell you to avoid the train track. The train track doesn't exist anymore, so you can just walk over it. Okay, as we cross to the other side of the non-existent tracks, we do have a nice big modern mall here that wouldn't look out of place on the outskirts of any European city really. But right now we're looking for something a little bit more posh. Let's keep going. Okay, this is Çarshia. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It looks like it's the old Turkish spelling with a hook on the C. And basically it looks like a shopping village. It looks a bit like Bicester Village near where I live. Just gonna have a walk around. We are backpacking this time, so we don't have room for any shopping. It needs to be kept to a minimum. As we head back across the railway tracks, the saying is, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that somewhere is right here. So it's time for a beer. See you in a bit. The sun has set in Prizren, the sun has set on our time in Kosovo. We need to head back to Pristina now and get a flight to London. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more travel adventures, and I'll see you in 2025.